Hey, I'm Butterfly.
Hey, I'm Firefly.
Have you ever wondered if we aren't being told the truth about everything?
What have we been lied to about? Join us as we have conversations and ask questions about everything. We invite you to keep an open mind and consider the unfathomable.
Let's break the chains that enslave our minds. Come on, let's go down the rabbit hole.
What's up, Butterfly?
Hey, Firefly, what's going on?
We have what are we going down?
A rabbit hole.
It's a rabbit hole. And let's make Joe Rogan mad because he says those are no good. He says we're discrediting all serious conspiracy
I
theorists.
know. You know what? That's so funny. I was thinking about that comment that he made. I was thinking about this the other night. It's like as if conspiracy theories and rabbit holes are like a documented like rabbit holes are like a documented scientific, you know what I
Yes,
mean?
yes.
And he's and he knows like the logistics and the rules and the details of the data that go into rabbit holes, and we are doing those a disservice.
Yeah, that's exactly. That's
Right?
that exactly. That assumption is filled with um what do they call it? Fallacies.
Yeah.
That's a fallacy.
Yeah.
Why is it a fallacy? We're being lied to.
uh
So you can't say which conspiracies are right and which ones are wrong.
Right.
We're being lied to. So we're all being lied to.
Yeah.
Even Joe Rogan's being lied to.
Yeah.
He thinks he's in the know because he's in the culture club.
Yeah.
But we've talked about this. The culture club, they get lied to.
They do.
Satan goes, I'm
And
not
then
letting you know what's going on.
and then they chew them up and spit them out.
Totally. Like who did we see recently that had that happen where it was Charlie Sheen.
Do you think he got chewed up and spit out? And
Totally.
now he's like back in the culture club again with his little book
Yeah,
and
but
his little book
it's
tour.
like it's almost kind of like Satan has him totally like irreconcilably rejected. Like the human race is not going to be able to accept him.
Yeah,
So now
he's like maybe gone over a bridge too far.
it's too far.
Right.
Like
His
even like the
his bottomless pit is was a slippery slope that went off the deep end.
that's what happened. So I think that's what happened. Like he had a total downfall. And I think that's what we're kind of talking about is people can just kind of like they sell their soul to Satan and they think it's going to work out good.
But it never does.
It doesn't.
It never
Charlie
does.
Sheen's somebody who you would think that worked out perfectly
Yeah.
because he was
He
just
had a lot of things going for him.
it just like, oh, dude, he starts his career with Platoon and Ferris Bueller's Day
Well,
Off.
well, now let's, we're going to do a whole episode on this, maybe the next one. None of these people just come out of nowhere. You know what I mean?
His
It's not,
dad's Martin Sheen.
yeah, it's not like he just like, oh, I just went on an audition and like got
You know
this
what was
part.
weird?
What?
He was talking about when he was a little kid, he grew up on the set of Apocalypse Now.
Hmm. I
And
remember his dad was in that movie, right?
yeah, so
Yeah.
Martin Sheen
Mm,
was the guy who goes and has to kill Colonel Kurtz.
mm.
So they're talking about him, and he said his dad, like, they were filming that movie for like 3 years,
Oh, wow.
and his dad had to go through like this gnarly, almost dying, like, like sensory deprivation. And
Mm,
I'm thinking maybe the movie guy did that. Maybe Satan made him do that for the movie.
mm.
He had to go through some weird sensory deprivation because I don't know if you remember, but in the opening scene in Apocalypse Now, it's Martin Sheen in a hotel room in Saigon, basically losing his mind,
Oh,
and he looks insane. He's completely naked. He's got blood all over himself,
oh,
and it almost looks like he's method acting.
yeah.
Like Satan kind of drove him insane before the movie started.
I wouldn't be surprised.
So these people think that it's going to work out good selling their soul to Satan, but he treats you bad.
There's a price to pay.
There's a price to pay,
Yeah,
you know?
you don't get to do that for nothing.
And now Charlie Sheen just basically laid out his whole life pretty honestly in this documentary, and it's pretty
It
gnarly.
was pretty
It
gross.
gets
I
toward the
told you he was gross.
he's so gross. So not only I mean, because I used to be like, well, he does a lot of drugs and he has sex with a lot of whores. I kind of like that about him. But
Why do guys think that stuff is cool?
well, because
It's
I'm a
not.
bottomless pit
It's
too.
gross.
I'm a bottomless pit too. I have those desires too, but I have some modicum of morality. That's what separates me and him.
Mm.
He's like, no, there's no such thing as morality. So, but what I
Just
noticed,
feed every possible
yes.
desire I have.
So this is what happens. So Satan goes, good, good, good. Come sell your soul, and all you can be a bottomless pit with endless satiation of that bottomless pit.
Wow.
So Charlie Sheen got to live a life of endless satiation of his bottomless pit desires, and it only made him a reprobate, a lonely, broken, broke. He's broke now.
Oh, that's why he's selling this book.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So all that money's gone,
Wow.
all the women are gone, and now he's a homosexual that's like, plus once he comes out and says that he's a homosexual, then it kind of looks like he did a rape. Back on Lucas,
Well, yeah.
you know?
Yeah, man.
So what I'm thinking is when you sell your soul to Satan, the best case scenario is Charlie Sheen.
You get to have a book deal at the
You
end
need to have a book
and
deal,
tell all your sordid, dirty secrets.
but no one wants to be with that.
Yeah.
You think any woman wants to be with him?
Well, there's probably some trashy woman out there that would do it.
She's like, I like AIDS and homosexuals. Anyhow, well, I know.
Go down that rabbit hole.
Well, what we were thinking about was like just how it doesn't work out good.
Right. So the rabbit hole that I think we want to go down right now is basically untouchable.
Yes.
Untouchable.
Well, like you're talking about like this revolution that took place during coups.
So 2020, yeah, there was something that happened that changed the world and changed people. Like it's kind of like how there was like before 9/11 and there's after 9/11 and all the
Yes,
things that changed.
that's a good one.
You know what I
That's a
mean?
good analogy.
Like they brought in like the Patriot Act and like we have to take our shoes off at the airport and all this
Like
nonsense
flying at the airport, completely different from
completely
before
changed.
9/11.
Like you can't go into an airport now and like I remember like
Really?
when I was, when I was like in college, I guess it was, and like my boyfriend came to get me at the airport with roses and like you could go to the airport and meet people. Like you can't do that anymore. You
Oh
know
my
what I
God,
mean?
yeah.
You
Like you used to
can't
be
go
able to
inside unless you have a ticket.
totally. Like I remember when I was a little kid, we would go literally walk my dad to the jetway.
Yeah, you could go just hang out in an airport for fun, like go
Yeah,
people watching and stuff.
LAX used to be so fun.
Yeah. So,
Remember, you would go to LAX. LAX wasn't crawling with people. You could go down there and navigate it pretty painlessly. And like my dad would be flying off. So the whole family would literally walk with him to the gate
mhm,
and watch him go to the jetway.
wave
And
goodbye.
then I would go as a little kid and we would watch daddy's plane back off the tarmac and go taking off. Now they go, excuse me,
You
this
can
is TSA.
Yeah,
Only passengers behind this point.
you can't even hardly pull up at the curb without like the cops coming and giving you a ticket. Like seriously, like
Yeah.
you pull up and they're like, this is for the immediate loading and unloading of passengers.
Like
And like if you're there for more than like 30 seconds, they're like right there to give you a
when I
ticket.
went to pick up my mom last time at the airport, pretty much had to go park in the pay lot
Yeah,
and just go walk over to the baggage claim,
which is like
meet her
5 miles
there.
away.
That's so much, exactly. It's so much lamer than it used to be.
Yeah.
It used to be one person could sit in the car right in front and the other person just go gravel.
Yeah.
And you could be there. The other thing, like your boyfriend, he could be there right when you walked off the jetway.
Yeah.
Like right there at the gate.
Yeah.
Hey, how's it
Well, that's
going?
where he was.
Now you gotta wait. The person's gotta make their way
You gotta,
all the way out of the gate area to the baggage claim
yeah.
area. That's where you
And then if
rendezvous.
you have to get your luggage out of baggage claim, then you're waiting like another who knows how long, and
So 9/11 changed
9/11
that.
changed the world
And what are
and
we kind of
people.
talking about? It also made it a little bit more impersonal.
Mhm.
Like you don't get no more hugs and loves all the way up to the gates. It's
No.
like no more hugs and see, I think they're kind of like saying no more hugs and loves and no more affection.
Well, that is leading us to this rabbit hole that we're going to discuss.
Yeah.
Um So 2020, there was before 2020 and there was after 2020.
That's
There
right.
was before cooties and after cooties. And I think there's a huge change in the world and in civilization, people,
It was
after
a distinct
a
shift.
distinct shift. And what is that distinct shift? I mean, we still see some walkers wandering around aimlessly wearing masks. So there's that. But that's not really the one that I'm talking about. I'm talking about um I think a big part of the whole plan was to get us accustomed to living a digital enslavement and to lose touch with um, reality and with contact with other human beings.
Mhm.
Like the whole thing about cooties was stay locked in your house and don't go near anybody. Everybody stay away from each other. And, but everything's online now. Remember Zoom like was created? Like,
Mhm.
I think that might be a rabbit.
So what basically is happening to that person then? So now you're getting isolated with no one caressing you, no one hugging you, no one kissing you. You have nobody touching you, which humans don't like that.
No.
They're longing for that. So there's no human that's like, I feel no need for any of that.
Well,
No,
there might be some people like that, but
maybe, but they're gross.
yeah,
Most people are like, I want to have hugs and touches and kisses.
yeah.
And now, no, 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 no. You're locked in a cage by yourself. But not only that, the only information you're going to get is our lies.
Yeah. We're going to pump all these lies either through your TV or on your phone,
So you're
you know?
untouched and lied to.
Yeah.
And that's kind of lame.
So we know that the television, the news is lying to us all the time, but everybody has become completely addicted to digital communication and their phones.
Totally.
People are addicted. And I think like the younger generation, like, you know, your daughter's age, probably anywhere from, I would say, like 14, some kids even earlier, through like, probably, I don't know, 35 or 40, there's no going back. There's no, you're completely addicted to the phone.
Actually, for like my daughter, there's no such thing as back.
There's no such thing as back.
Because
They don't know a
she was
time.
born into like I gave her like an iPad when she was like 6 months old. I was like, "Here you go." And she was like, "Oh, it's good,
Thank
dude." It
you.
was gnarly because
Yeah, they don't know a life before this
you know
stuff.
what I gave her? I gave her a little DVD player. It was cool. It was like a little portable DVD player, and then she had like a whole case of DVDs.
My
So
God.
when I'm in the back seat, she'd be like,
Picking
she
her
was
own
so
music,
adorable.
like a little DJ.
She was so adorable too. She didn't say DVD. She would say DVD.
Oh, how cute.
So, so she would ask for her DVD.
Hey,
But so
there's no,
there is no like reverting back to a time where things were organic for her.
no.
She has had devices in her, but you know what? I don't think you have to get rid of devices. I think you have to stop being manipulated.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
And the thing is, with social media, just like with the mainstream media, you can become manipulated by whatever you're watching. And I think
You're lonely
you're
and
low.
you're lied to.
Yeah.
That's why you're susceptible.
And I think that is a big part of this LG Bumblebee XYZ community that we
Yes,
did a whole episode on
you've
that.
talked about that.
Um, it's like when you feel lonely and isolated and rejected, maybe you're looking for a community that will accept you. And I think they've kind of really made this like a community that is it's going to accept you like no matter what. You know what
See,
I mean?
Satan's like really smart. So he goes, okay, okay, what I want to do is we're gonna scare the crap out of people with a fictitious disease that kills 0.0002% of people. Okay, good, good, good. Now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna have these policies and guidelines, and everybody has to stay in their homes, and everybody has to stay 6 feet apart. And so that first we're going to get people very isolated. Okay.
Mhm.
So now they're going to be kind of isolated. Now, when people are isolated, they might have a tendency to kind of feel maybe insecure and afraid, you
Mhm.
know? So in that state, good, 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 they're gonna they're gonna turn to they're gonna turn to media. And then we've got their phones. You've got CNN, MSNBC if they want to watch TV, or if they go on their phone, we've got social media, and we got YouTube videos and influencers. So no matter what they turn to on their phone, it's good, good, good. Because
Mhm.
I'm going to be guiding them into this walker state now.
Totally. So they become like they move into deep Walkerville.
They go, now you're a walker, and good, good, good. Now all I have to do is just kind of lull you into the slaughterhouse.
Right.
I think that's pretty much
I think so. I think they people are like it's like this whole thing that happened during cooties just guided people into this idea of being living in a digital enslavement, and they don't even realize that that's what's happening.
and it's also happening at a deeply profound level, like we talked about. So you have a phone or you have an iPad or even television to some degree. What's the nature of all this information?
Digital.
That's right.
Hmm.
And so digital information, Marshall McLuhan was this thinker that I studied in film school when I
Uh-huh.
got my degree in college.
Hmm.
And he said the medium is the message.
Mm.
And the medium of digital information is the nature of it is it's ones and zeros. It's binary numbers and it's fragmented. So when you are getting digital information, what you're looking at is a bunch of fragments. So you take, let's say you're watching a video. So if someone was videotaping you and me talking right now, and then now somebody goes and sits down and watches that, the image of you and me talking has been completely disintegrated
Mm.
into little bits
Hmm.
and then reintegrated to watch it on a video. So the nature of that, Marshall McLuhan suggests, is because of that fragmentation that is the rudiments of digital information, we live satellite lives.
Wow.
So subconsciously, because of the nature of the information we're getting, we're kind of becoming fragmented in our society.
Right.
And I think there might be truth to that.
I think there is truth to that. And I think even if people can't really understand that level of, that scientific detail, I think you can at least acknowledge the fact that almost everybody is addicted to, their phones or whatever item mostly their phones, and communicating this way. Like, people don't want to talk on the phone anymore, they want to text. People don't people would rather do that than like spend time together. They've gotten used to this idea of, meeting people online, meeting people through social media, and they form communities and stuff, and it's like become acceptable, and it's okay to just stay in your house and not actually have like real FaceTime with people. So,
You know what makes me think about? Like, do you remember when you and I were kids and the whole family would get together and watch Love Boat?
mhm.
And we would all sit down and watch, like, what did your family watch? Fantasy Island or Love Boat? We would watch Love Boat
we
as a
like
family.
we liked Love Boat.
Love Boat was cool. It was
Yeah,
like family
and
entertainment.
Fantasy Island. That was kind of a spookier one.
So mom and dad, see, we had four people. So it was me, my sister, my mom, and my dad. We had four.
Mhm.
And all four of us would sit down and like eat dinner
Mhm.
and then go watch movies, like watch a movie or watch TV together.
Yeah,
And
that's
then
what my
everybody
family
would go
did
to
too.
bed.
Yeah.
I don't think people do that anymore.
I wonder. I mean, I think um, there's a lot of people living these isolated lives, and they've kind of accepted that because they have digital connections, um, they don't really need the physical connections. You know what I mean?
Because you could be, if you're locked into phone world, and you've seen people when they're in phone world,
Yeah.
You can be on the couch 5 feet away from me, but be completely a million miles away from me.
Totally.
Like, you know?
Totally. Yeah. And so I think what's happened is it's gotten people used to like um not having a physical connection with a lot of people, and they they end up, I think, maybe not needing it. And I think this could be part of the plan too, because the plan is depopulation.
Well, I can see
So
how okay, so now you have people isolated and lied to. I can see how that can corral people into LG Bumblebee XYZ.
totally.
How can they do that? What have we talked about is the predicate when, so you had a theory and I agree with your theory. When women go become um,
When they have
carpet munchers, when they go become carpet munchers, they have trauma from men.
I think they've experienced trauma from a male in their life.
And then men,
And
they're looking to get kinkier and kinkier, and
right.
it's never kinky enough, kind of like Charlie Sheen.
Yeah. Yeah. And look at now he says he's
I
gay.
looked at the backside of the menu. It's like, whatever, dude. Now it's kind of one of those things where I can't even watch any of your movies ever again, dude. Gross,
Hmm.
bro, gross. But anyways, yeah, basically, so you get them alone and lied to.
Mhm.
Now you can play on both of those. The women, you can say you're alone because men,
Mhm.
and
Make
they're
it
just gonna
better.
go, I'm gonna be alone.
It'll be easier.
So, and then I get to hurt men. But you're not alone because of men. You're alone because of all of these things that Satan is doing.
Right.
Satan's going, good, 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 and keep blaming men, even though I'm doing it. And then go ahead.
No, go ahead.
And then so then the dudes. So the dudes are lonely, but see, they turn to Schwarm
Uh-huh.
and they go watch Schwarm.
Uh-huh.
And while they're on Schwarm, they get kinkier and kinkier and kinkier, and they become Charlie Sheen.
Hmm. It's a slippery slope to
It's called
debauchery.
it's called the Charlie Sheen slope.
Yeah. So yeah, I think and if if there's more women only being with women and more men only being with men, you're not going to be procreating.
And
You know what I mean?
I wonder if people really um ever come home from that place. Like when you go that
I
far,
think when you
do you ever
go
come
I
home?
think when you go down that road, you've kind of like maybe crossed a bridge too far. Something is different. You
Like if you've had sex with a horse, you probably never come back to just like a normal life. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So there's certain lines that you cross that is now you never come back. You've gone into the great unknown, and it's remember that movie with Bridget Fonda called The Point of No Return?
Yeah,
Like you kind of gone to the point of no return.
right.
So now you've had weird sex with like strange things, and there's no coming back from that
I
now.
don't think so.
So Satan goes, good, good, good.
Yeah,
So
you've gone down the
now
slippery
you've
slope
crossed
of
the point of no
debauchery.
return. Now you're mine. Because what are you gonna do? Go be normal now?
Well, since you brought up animals, you made a really good point earlier before we were recording.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Which one? Oh, where so so we were talking about some people can make a decision to do something that is a bridge too far.
Yeah.
And now suddenly, even though they're nice, and even though there are some aspects of their personality they think are cool, this one thing that they've decided to do has kind of made it that it's unacceptable, and I cannot be your friend. I can't. It's unacceptable.
Isn't the
I
point I
can't.
was talking.
Oh, oh. I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about this point.
I was talking about the
Oh, the dolphin? Okay. Well, see, you have to clarify because I made it. I talked about a dog and a dolphin. Let's talk first. Let me finish my point about the dog, and then I'll talk about the dolphin.
Okay. I think that's another rabbit hole though.
The
That's
dog.
a different rabbit
We'll
hole.
bring it up again. The dog will come up again. So what we were saying is, when somebody goes and gets the pokies, for
Mhm.
instance.
Mhm.
Or like in Charlie Sheen's case, now Charlie Sheen has come out and said that he likes to have sexual intercourse with dudes. Similar. So this is a bridge too far for me.
Yeah.
And it's like if you go to your neighbor's house and you poke your head in and you go, Nancy, are you here? And she's having her you know what licked by her German Shepherd. Suddenly it changes the dynamics. Like you go, ooh, I'm sorry, but then also I don't think I can hang out with Nancy anymore.
My God,
I can't get past that.
I can't
Nancy,
get that image out of my head.
it's like Nancy, okay, I can't get past that. I think people do. I think
Mhm.
people adopt a lifestyle that you just can't get past.
Yeah.
And now you're out of bounds forever. So but there was that. But now you're talking about something different. Now, the nature of this episode was isolation is deadly.
It's deadly.
And
I think it's deadly.
they've done studies of dolphins. So dolphins live in pods. Have you ever gone out to the islands and
Yeah, we did a whole episode on my trip to the
did
islands.
you guys see dolphins?
Remember? Yeah, we saw hundred. When you take that boat out there, I guess this doesn't happen every time, but I've been out there a few times and it's happened every time I've gone out there. There's
Pods of
these
dolphins.
pods of dolphins and you literally see thousands, like
Thousands.
thousands of them. It's like going to SeaWorld on like the busiest dolphin day ever
Yeah.
times 100.
They're
Like
amazing. And
they're
they're jumping in
they're
front of the boat and they're
it,
crisscrossing and they're
it's
everywhere.
way better than
And the
SeaWorld.
water becomes alive with these things. So my point is these dolphins, they live communal
Yeah.
and they're all together.
Yeah.
And there's this electronic communication that these people have studied. So when you see a pod of dolphins, they're all kind of communicating with each other through these electromagnetic pulses that they're communicating with each other off of, which is gnarly.
I think dolphins are super smart.
They're super smart and they're always smiling, which is
Yeah,
weird.
they look happy.
They look happy. They're like, oh,
They have a good community.
and Flipper, we love Flipper.
We do.
So, anyways, when you take a dolphin that's living in the ocean in a pod, and then you go put them at SeaWorld in a tank with no other dolphins, that a lot of them have sunk to the bottom of the tank and never gotten up again. Even adolescents and young adults, they'll just sink to the bottom of the tank and commit suicide
That's so sad.
because they need camaraderie, they
Hmm.
need affection, they need their fellow dolphins.
Right. I
I
think
think humans are like that.
I think dolphins are probably smarter than humans because
Could
humans
be.
don't recognize that need, and they
Or
kind of
maybe they do, but what we're trained to do is act like you're just a wimp.
and accept mediocrity,
You know what? Yeah. I
you
think
know.
I think our the ethos of American culture these days is yeah, you're lonely and no one touches you, but be strong and just be tough about it and kind of become bitter and kind of like want to kick people's ass and just be like a warrior.
And just go sit in your house and
Brood.
roll your on your phone on your social media.
And have you noticed the rhetoric's getting angrier
It
and
is.
hatefuler? And
Yeah.
now social media is like this toxic weapon. Like people just talk smack on
Yeah.
X now.
Yeah.
Everybody is critical of everybody.
Right. And they're just not nice.
Nobody's nice.
No.
Like I can disagree with AOC, but I don't want to see her tortured to death.
Right.
I still love her. I still hope she has happiness and love in her life. I think we've gotten past that.
Yeah.
Now it's like AOC disagrees with me politically. I
Well,
want her dead.
this is like, kind of a side effect of the digital world where it's like you're not having a face-to-face talk with people. You're talking to strangers that you've never met out there through digital means. And, it's kind of like there's not really it loses the human aspect
I
to
was
it,
just going to say that.
you know.
I got yelled at when I went up to San Francisco because I went out to dinner with my sister and we talked about my sister.
Hmm.
She's got the poster of no person is illegal.
Love is love.
Love is love, excuse me. Black Lives Matter. So we go out to dinner and we're in like the Oakland area up there, and
That can be kind of gnarly. That's kind of a gnarly area.
oh, you know what? No, the people we were hanging out with were they lived in the Oakland area
Oh.
because So it was my daughter's friend, and her daughter's friend's dad is a cop. So I was talking with him, right? And he was telling me about some cockroaches who were here illegally, and they broke into a big warehouse in Emeryville, which is one of the towns up there. And um, I think it's Emeryville or Emory or something like that. It's like one of those East Bay kind of towns. Like if you ever go over the Oakland, over the Bay Bridge,
Yeah.
and then you get into like a really bad area that's about 10 miles long, like a huge bad area.
Yeah.
That's where he's a cop. So
Wow.
so he's talking to me, and so he's telling me about this break-in, and I said this. I said, "Were they illegals?" And my sister yelled at me, and she goes, "Shut
Nobody's
up."
illegal.
That's not that. And what was the term that she said? She goes, "That's dehumanizing them. You're dehumanizing them." And I'm thinking, you know what? Probably, but I don't know. I think maybe we dehumanize everybody now.
Yeah.
So AOC is not a real human. She's this like straw man that's been built up on X.
Mm-hmm.
She's this person that spews all this stuff. That's not a real human. So I can dehumanize her.
Right.
And now I can hate her because she's not a real human. Whereas, like you said, if I'm sitting down in a room with her, I'm going to be like, oh, well, she's a human. I have compassion for her.
Yeah.
Even if I disagree with her wildly, I still like, no, 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 no. I don't wish any harm. I want you to have love and happiness. If AOC is married and has tons of money and tons of happiness, I'm not bummed about that. I'm happy about that. But I think we've lost that. I think dehumanization has made us not care.
I think so too. And I think this has like really kind of exploded over the last like 5 years. Like I was saying, there was before cooties and there's after cooties. And people seem different now, don't you think? Don't you think people seem different now?
Well, we've kind of talked about this. It's been a downward de-evolution since the 1950s, and
Right.
there were over and over again.
Events.
There's these events that take us in a little bit deeper into this digital prison.
Yeah.
So we talked about in the 60s how Walter Cronkite was bringing the trauma of the Vietnam War into your living room.
Right.
So it was more so than World War II, where people just watched the newsreels.
Yeah.
So now it's getting worse and worse. You're getting traumatized. Then you get into the 70s and the 80s, and we get rock and roll is so debaucherous. And so you can say the 60s revolution was kind of like 9/11, where everything changed after the 60s
Oh
revolution.
my gosh, epiphany.
You had an epiphany, epiphany, epiphany.
So I think what happened in beginning with like you were talking about Walter Cronkite traumatizing people with footage of the Vietnam War every night in your living room while you're
Yes,
like sitting there as a family.
yes,
I think this whole thing started mass MK Ultra mind control
that's right.
because it's trauma based. That's what MK Ultra is trauma
You have to look
based
at our
mind
circumstances
control.
now as something that was a process.
Yeah, and I think that's where maybe when mass MK Ultra started, and they probably saw how they could not just traumatize and MK Ultra control one person, but they could do it to a whole population. And I think the cooties was like a really obvious example of this. Like the whole world was traumatized for years, actually, really
Totally.
years about
You
this.
still have people walking around
Yeah,
with masks on.
when these people that are still wearing masks are still traumatized. Like these people are probably never coming back from that. Like
Yeah.
they are completely traumatized.
They've been rendered into this like state of just complete submission.
Yeah, it's complete submission. And so people were severely traumatized and watching the news all the time with the ticker tape at the bottom saying like how many cases and which we've talked about cases,
Your PCR.
yeah, like that really meant nothing, but people would see that and be like, "Oh my God," and they'd want to rush out and get a test to see if they were sick. Like, I mean, how asinine, right? Like you got to go take a test to find out if you're sick. Like this,
Well,
there
see,
was just
that's another aspect of it
no
too,
sense.
is when you're so desperately alone. you are blind to contradictions and irrational commands.
Yeah.
You're just like, I'll do whatever I got to do. Just please rescue me from this state. Because I think it's
Hmm.
probably so unbearable. I mean, not probably, I know. It's unbearable to be isolated and alone all the time.
Right.
It's unbearable.
Yeah.
So you're like, please just rescue me from this. And you might be in a state where you're so desperately alone that you'll ignore the fact that someone's lying to you or giving you irrational advice.
Yeah, it's like being in the abusive relationship with
The cheater.
yeah, or the abusive husband that beats you up and you just sort of like accept like the lies and stuff.
You're so
So
trapped.
you're so
I
trapped.
think that's what a lot of it is.
Yeah.
Because what Satan has done is kind of trapped us. He's kind of like, good, good, good. No, where are you going to go? What are
So
you going to do?
so I think the way out, and this is probably the
White
white
pill?
pill, yeah,
White pill.
is first of all you have to realize what is happening and realize the lies that are, their lies are everywhere. You have to first of all realize that, and then you have to make a decision that you're not going to fall for it,
Well,
you
look at
know?
what you and I have done is kind of a white pill
Yeah.
because we met in 2020
Yeah. During cooties. During the
and
beginning of
during the
cooties.
beginning of Cooties, and we have managed to forge a friendship in this era.
Right.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's true.
So there is a white pill.
There is a
You
white pill.
can make friends. And
Well,
how did we do it?
and you know what? I think you actually may make deeper friendships because
Maybe.
you connect on a fundamental level that's opposite of like what
You know
the
what it
thing that
is?
Nancy did.
If you take this white pill, you're going to be doing something unique and other people are going to really appreciate
Yeah,
because everybody is going the way the river's taken them.
yeah,
Satan has set things in motion and it's all driven by your phone.
right.
So your phone is driving you.
Yeah,
If you can get out of that and say, I'm not going to go where the phone is driving me and stay true to yourself, you might meet somebody else who said, I'm not going to get driven by the phone. You and I, that was kind of the predicate of our friendship is
hmm,
we said, I'm not going to be driven by the phone.
hmm,
Because if you think about protesting against cooties, it was saying, I'm protesting against the media.
right.
The media is not only foisting lies on us about COVID, it's coercing us into these lonely, isolated, satellite, miserable hells where we die.
Yeah, and I think, it's really important for the younger generation to realize this. Like, it seems like so many of them spend so much time on their phones and like playing video games and stuff like via satellite. Like, they're not even in the same room together. So it's like I mean, like when we were kids, we would at least, if we were going to play video games together, we would have to be in the same room,
Yeah.
right?
I
So there
remember
was
I
some,
would go
there
over
was
to my
social
friend's house and
interaction.
knock on the door and I'd say,
Yeah.
can blah, blah, blah play?
Yeah.
Remember that
Yeah.
was how you did it.
Yeah. We'd go knock on the door. Totally.
And you would ask if
Yeah.
whoever can play.
Can play. Yeah.
And then guess what? We'd go play.
Hmm.
And, it'd
We'd
like,
go outside and play.
we'd go outside
Yeah. I
together.
used to go out and play like in the neighborhood with like there were a lot of little boys in my neighborhood and there were some girls too, but we used to run around like till almost dark.
Totally.
And I would ride my bike. I would ride my bike like a few blocks away to see one of my other little friends. And I don't know, it
And there was
seems
no
like,
like, oh, I don't know this person very well. I remember because I grew up in Torrance, there was a lot of people and it was diverse, all different walks of life. And I would go and I would knock on this person's door. And if they weren't home, I would just go knock on the next person's door that I knew.
yeah,
And I would just find somebody and go, hey, what do you want to do? Let's go play.
yeah,
And we would play wiffle ball. We would go ride bikes.
yeah,
We would go play football. But, we didn't just go sit in a room by ourselves chatting with people on phone.
right. And now
Like these kids these days do that.
it's not healthy. And then even like for older people, like in their 20s, I think there's a lot of that going on though still. It's like they're talking on their phones, like through text or through social media, instead of actually like going and hanging out, like when we were kids, we would like, we were so excited to get our driver's license, and then, we'd drive over and see people. And I remember like, you know, in my 20s, even like going and having like bonfires with people and
Totally.
hanging out. Like we wouldn't, I mean, we would talk on the phone
In
with
all
friends,
truth,
but
my daughter does do that. I see her going and having bonfires, or they'll go just hang out and all talk at the park.
well, that's cool.
And that is cool. So
Yeah.
I think they're cognizant of doing and
Yeah.
being, and I'm glad to see that.
That is good.
They are conscious of it and taking deliberate measures to make sure that they hang out as a group.
That's good.
So I think they are
But I,
cognizant.
I think a lot of people aren't getting that, or
No,
not enough of it. You know
no.
what I mean? And I think, but also I think that even if you are getting that, what is being made normal and encouraged is this digital life. Like everybody's got a digital life now, and it's just welcoming in this idea of a digital enslavement that it's going to be very easy for a lot of these people to just fall into digital enslavement because they've already sort of like started to walk into this cage, you know.
And look at what does success look like on social media? Like having a lot of
Having
followers.
followers and stuff. Oh my God, I saw this ugh, these
Success looks so lame.
these
So let's
youth
say you got tons of followers and you just go and all you're doing is sitting in your bedroom talking with all of these people, and then you just put your phone down and now it's just you in your room by
Yeah.
yourself.
But
So
you've got like, 5,000 followers or whatever, I mean, that is supposed to be,
it's not fulfilling.
that's not fulfilling, but it's like,
Plus it's fake too because you can portray yourself as something that you're not.
right. Yeah. I mean, that whole thing is being pushed and encouraged like on YouTube and stuff. And I watch these YouTube guys, and it's like, we've talked about this so many times. They're doing like these dumb stunts, or they're playing a video game and people want to watch this. And now I saw this one guy, and I've seen this a few times too. He's watching videos of it's other people's videos of like whatever it was, and the whole idea of this one was who got the most likes. So he's like, this one got 500,000 likes. Like, let's take a look. And he's like, okay, now this one got 525,000 likes. Let's look at this. Oh, make sure you subscribe and follow me. Every like 5 minutes, he's saying that. And it's just like,
That's such a
dude,
hurt behavior.
you're not even making your own videos. You're showing videos that got like the most likes. So not only are you encouraging this, like, I want to have more followers, but you're encouraging like the celebration of the videos that had the most likes. Like it just seems so wrong,
It's so shallow
so
and
shallow.
it's not based on merit because if you think about it, it's kind of emotional blackmail too.
Mhm.
Like all of the likes and all of the views, that's all contrived.
Yeah.
All likes and contrived. And because I think that the social media companies, I think that there's nothing organic.
No. No.
They just assign people this many likes and this many followers.
Totally. And what it's creating is this, I call it the TikTok generation, because it's kind of, everything has gotten so fast. Everything's faster and faster now. And the people have shorter and shorter attention spans. Like it's like people have the attention spans of a gnat.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they can't pay attention for more. So, like, even listening to a podcast like this, a lot of people wouldn't do that because it's just way too long. Like, they want to see a 3 minute or 30-second video on TikTok. Like, that's what they can focus on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um,
No, that's why I
and
kind of
I
like
think,
our
yeah,
long form, and you could almost say that our shows are monologue because what happens is you sit and you listen to a conversation that's unedited and uncut.
it's a dialogue.
It's a dialogue,
Two people.
and that's,
Mhm.
that's cool. And it's also organic. We don't have it all scripted.
No,
We're just sitting here kind of off the cuff. Maybe it's kind of jarring to their protocols because what they want you listening to is completely controlled information because now they've got you into that state where you're alone and you're untouched and you're basically just spending your whole day untouched.
yeah. So
Like
what?
people don't even really hug or shake hands or anything. Some people live
No,
completely
okay,
untouched lives.
epiphany. Oh my gosh. No, people are not really shaking hands anymore. What are they doing now?
They
It's a
fist bump.
fist bump because
Yeah,
that was brought on by the cooties too. Like, oh, we might get germs or something. So don't shake anybody's hand, but
that's a
we'll
good
just give
point.
you a fist bump, which is like a much quicker thing. And you're not actually making that contact. Like when you shake hands with somebody, and, I was brought up to, I learned that when you shake hands, you give a firm handshake and you look somebody in the eye. And when you do that with somebody,
You
you're making
connect.
a connection and you have that physical connection and the eye contact. And,
That's a good
it
point.
means something. When you're just like walking by somebody and doing a little fist bump, it's just a brief little like whatever. It doesn't mean the same. And that
And you know
started during
what?
cooties too.
I just had an epiphany, another epiphany. The value of human life has dropped down to zero. It seems like collectively we used to value human life more.
Right.
These days, people don't really care.
Yeah.
You could have some horrific fate befall you, and no one even really has compassion on you.
It's terrible.
Maybe our compassion is kind of frozen up.
Well, epiphany, if you're not making, actual human contact and all of your relationships are just sort of like digital, um, it's kind of harder to have compassion, I guess, or you're not learning it because you're not actually making a connection with people, you know?
Plus, maybe what happens is that you get brokenhearted, and then you're brokenhearted, and then your brokenheartedness makes you become bitter.
Yeah,
And then your bitterness turns to just, I don't care. And have you noticed they kind of become megalomaniac psychopaths?
totally.
Megalomaniac psychopaths have like their broken heart has turned to stone. And they're
Right.
just like, I kind of like watching you suffer.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, totally.
When you suffer, I that's kind of like the highlight of my day.
Yeah, misery
Like,
loves company.
so maybe that's Satan goes, good, good, good. That's what it started off. You started off being lonely and unwanted. Then you stayed in your home, and then you became bitter, and then you became jaded, and now you're a megalomaniac psychopath.
I think this is exactly where Satan and they want us. They want us to be in a digital enslavement. They want us to be. So, what does that mean? It means that we're going to be in a 15-minute city with, like, in a little tiny cubicle, um, with very little interaction with other human beings. And, everything, our whole world is in this small radius. So we're
To
basically
me,
in a
that sounds like
cage.
torture.
We're in a cage.
Yeah.
And, we've talked about this before. And if people want to listen to our Antarctica episode, um,
Which is prominently featured on our Rumble
it
page.
is.
And now, yeah.
I think that I think we are already in like a large cage that I believe that there's more out there that they don't want us to know about. But I think what they're doing is they're making our cage smaller and smaller. And they want us to be in these 15-minute cities where everything is under digital surveillance 24/7. So we're basically just trapped.
Epiphany.
Ooh, what?
Epiphany. Why do they want that? So why do they want us all isolated and brokenhearted and alone? Because if we all came together, we would overthrow the elites.
Exactly.
We would overthrow the culture club
Right.
because we would come together as humanity and say, no,
Yeah.
we want to have we want to have prosperity. We want to have happiness. But if they keep you alone and broken, you're just going to hate everybody and just go,
It's
I don't
true.
care.
And do you know, like when you're not spending time with other people, you're not really communicating, you're not sharing ideas, and like online, everything's being censored. So you can't really talk freely. It's not like when you're with somebody in person and you're able to like share not only ideas and conversations, but um you get the benefit of eye contact and body language.
It
So
makes all the
it's
difference.
so important, you know, and I think they want to really curtail that. They want
You
to
remember that
cut
one
that
time
down.
you and I kind of had a disagreement over text, but then when we talked in person, it was like, oh, I misunderstood you. It was like
Yeah,
immediately,
because when you're texting, you don't really get the tone
you don't get the tone,
and you
inflection.
inflection and
Just words can come off completely different, especially in the English language.
yeah. And even if you throw in some emojis here and there, it's not the same. You're not going to get now, I know you can't like always be with somebody all the time, but my point is in this rabbit hole is that I think it was a plan to try to isolate people and get people used to and accustomed to um, being in this sort of enslavement because that's where this is headed. They want us in a digital enslavement where they can track and trace us and control us and monitor and surveil us, you know?
Yep, it's all part of the plan. And if people go along with the phones, they're addicted to the phones. And if they just let the phones coerce them, we're gonna all become slaves and then we're gonna get exterminated.
Right.
But I think we are gonna win. I think we're gonna win. Because guess what?
What?
The revolution, it's about love.
It is.
Love.
Sounds like that Beatles song.
It is, but the Beatles are part of the
They're
culture
part of the
club.
culture club.
Yeah.
And Paul
Uh,
McCartney's not the same guy.
Paul McCartney is
And John Lennon's probably, I don't know,
John
is he even
Lennon.
dead? I don't know.
Who knows? There's too many weird things. But you know, back then, see, the Culture Club had to get rid of 50s America.
Right.
So love was just have sex with whoever.
Free love.
Yeah, you don't need to be all confined to your family and be
Yeah.
faithful to your wife.
Yeah.
That was what love meant. But now, no, we need to have love. We need to have people touching and kissing and hugging.
And spending FaceTime, not
What if that's
FaceTime
the
on an
red pill?
iPhone, but FaceTime
What if
together.
that's how you get red pilled?
Yeah.
I think that's how it
Well, I
is.
think
Because
so.
blue pill people don't have love.
No, so back to like before cooties and after cooties. Remember how they said that they didn't want people to be together and they were trying to close down all the churches? They
Yep.
didn't want people even going to church. And what was so wrong with that? Well, that
Because
was they didn't want people getting together, congregating, and possibly talking to each other and like
why?
sharing ideas and
What
yeah,
does Satan get mad about when he sees that? He goes, "Excuse me, I can't control what you guys are saying to each other.
yeah.
Okay? I can't put any limits on it. You know, if you guys talk digitally, then I can say, well, excuse me, you're censored.
I can ban your
I can
conversation.
ban you. I can,
I can shut down your Instagram account or whatever.
like Satan online, he has goalposts and he goes, you can't talk about that country from 1948.
Well, and it's this is so weird too. Like you've texted me before, and when you write like a bad word or whatever, it comes
Even crap.
it even crap. Your phone won't allow you to say it. It
My
comes
phone
across with
doesn't allow crap.
asterisks,
Yeah.
which is so weird. I guess like is it Samsung?
Yeah.
Samsung is a little more strict with the language than iPhone because I can write crap.
I know. That's so weird.
It's so weird.
Well, like I can write it,
Yeah.
but what I do sometimes when I'm texting is I just speak. You know, I use that speak function.
Okay, so when you type it, it comes across.
Yeah.
Oh, but when you speak it, it's like it dubs like
Yeah.
you know when you're like on the radio or TV and you say a bad word and it goes beep,
That's what it does. It beeps me.
it beeps you for
It does.
saying a naughty word.
Which is weird.
It's
Like,
so
I don't
weird.
need my text. Like, if I'm
If
texting
you're talking
somebody,
to a friend,
I have the prerogative to use profanity.
yeah, and I
Look,
mean
I'm an
maybe
adult butterfly. I'm an adult firefly.
maybe it thinks that butterfly is just too sensitive and prim and proper
Yeah.
and can't take that kind of language.
You know what I think it is? It's conditioning.
It's conditioning.
It's letting you know, well, we
We
control what you say.
we can control this, and we can probably control some other stuff too.
It's all about control. And if we keep letting them control us, we're gonna all die.
Totally.
But the white pill is we can break free from this. And the answer is love.
And the answer is love, and the answer is in person love.
In person
Like
love.
you need to put down your phone and go spend time with people and get outside and see things and not just see things on your phone. Like looking at things on your phone, you're not seeing the world. You're not really experiencing life. You're experiencing a digital version of what they want you to see. You need to go out and experience life and the world and other people in real time. IRL,
I
in real
think
life,
in real life,
right?
I think that's the white pill. I think the white pill is disobey your phone.
Disobey
Disobey your
your
phone.
phone. Don't be an untouchable.
Don't be an untouchable. I love that.
Yeah,
I
that
love it.
was great.
You have anything else you want to talk about on that one?
Not really.
That was good.
I'll talk to you soon.
Okay, that was touching.
Bye.